It was very close, but in the end, Greece's prime minister keeps his job, at least for now. George Papndrέu and his government have just survived a parliamentary confidence vote. He needed a majority of 151 votes. He received 153. The prime minister's next stop is a visit with the president. He's promised to work to form a national unity government. Jim Bolden has been covering the story for us all day and all night long. He's joining us now once again live from Athens. So, Jim, what does it all mean?
Okay, so now we know he got 153 yeses. That is more than he needed in a parliament of 300 that has just been officially announced in the parliament. So now he had pledged before that vote that he would go later today and Saturday to see the president of Greece and ask the president to allow him to negotiate for a coalition government. Now, the question is what other parties would join him in that coalition. It doesn't have to be the largest opposition party, but it would have to be parties that would join in a coalition government and be able to say, yes, they would vote through the very tough austerity measures that Mr. Papndrέu himself negotiated last week in Brussels. So the main hurdle here, two of them really today, isn't it really? One, Mr. Papndrέu has survived this very important confidence vote, enough anyway to be able to go to the president on Saturday and ask for this coalition government. And number two, that there will not be a referendum basically on the future of Greece inside Europe, a referendum that he had threatened earlier this week and that the Greek people did not seem to want to have. So now it'll be up to this new coalition government, however it's formed, to then negotiate, discuss, debate, and vote on this massive austerity program that was agreed last week. Now, Mr. Venizelos, the finance minister, said earlier tonight, just before the vote started, he saw the likely scenario of this coalition government of only lasting through February. And he said that would be enough time to tackle all the tough decisions that Greece needs. So I read that to mean that it would take several months for this coalition government to actually pass through all the legislation for the new austerity programs, painful as they would be, and then a likely early election, certainly not an election in 2013. What we don't know is whether Mr. Papndrέu himself would lead even this coalition government. I'm not sure that's really that crucial anymore. What's more important is that whoever leads this coalition government would then have a very serious task ahead, and that is to get the Greek parliament to vote yes on austerity, something the Greek people, of course, are very unhappy about.
And how much time do they have? It sounds like a very lengthy, complicated process, and Greece faces default.
Yes, it's two different things. The immediate amount of money that Greece needs, the next tranche, as it's called, the one from the agreement that was reached back in May 2010, Greece needs that money in December to pay its bills. It's that simple. That's the money that the IMF said a couple days ago, whoa, we may not want to give you that money if you're going to hold a referendum. That wasn't part of the bargain. So that money should, I think, now be able to flow back to Greece because of this confidence vote and if a coalition government comes through. It's the next tranche. It's the huge cut in the public debt that Greece would not have to pay anymore. It's the massive enlargement of what's called the EFSF. It's the recapitalization of banks around Europe. It's the huge amount of money that Greece could then tap over the next couple of years. That's what the parliament would have to vote. They would have some months to be able to do that, really. So.